Hi, and welcome to Home Cooking with Mimi. Today we are making challah bread. Challah is a traditional Jewish bread made to celebrate the Sabbath. It is very soft, luxurious, and super delicious. Plus, it is pretty easy to make at home. So let's get started. For this recipe you will need 1 ounce of fresh yeast, 2/3 cups olive oil. You can also use a different type of vegetable oil, but I personally like olive oil. It's healthy and tastes great in challah, so I would recommend using olive oil if you can. You will also need 2/3 cup sugar, a bit of lukewarm water, we will add more later on, 1 heaping tablespoon of salt, 2 eggs plus another one for the egg wash later on, and 1 kilogram of bread flour. Start by crumpling the yeast into the water. Then add a bit of the sugar, mix and let it sit for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, we can add the rest of the sugar to the flour, as well as our salt. Give it a quick mix so that the salt doesn't kill the yeast. After 10 minutes, the yeast should have proofed and look foamy. Pour the yeasty mixture into the bowl together with the oil and start kneading the dough. After you have added the wet ingredients, you can crack the eggs into the bowl. And now we start adding lukewarm water a little bit at a time. If you are using a stand mixer, you might need to stop it and scrape the bottom of the bowl so that all the flour incorporates well. Keep mixing until the dough starts forming a ball. It should be elastic and not stick to your fingers when you touch it. Form the dough into a ball, cover it, and let it rise for 1 hour. After an hour, punch the dough down and then start braiding it. I have set some of my dough aside, and for this challah, I'm using roughly 1.6 kilograms of dough. This will make a pretty large challah. I am making a 6-braid challah today, so I'm rolling out 6 strands of dough. Attach the ends of the strands so they don't come loose. Now we can start braiding. Divide the strands into 3 pairs of 2s. Now take the 2 rightmost strands and move them 4 and 2 places to the left, like this. Divide the strands again into 2s. And now do the same with the leftmost strands, 2 and 4 places to the right. Repeat till you have a braided challah. Pinch the ends of the challah together and cut off the excess dough. In the meantime, you can preheat the oven to 190°C ventilated. If you don't have a convection oven, then this temperature should probably be a bit higher. Let the braided challah rise covered for about 30 to 45 minutes. I prepared an egg wash by mixing an egg with a bit of water. Just before the challah goes into the oven, cover it in egg wash. Bake the challah for 40 to 50 minutes. The exact time will depend on your oven. If you're making smaller single portion challah rolls, they only need to bake for 15 to 20 minutes. And here we have it, our freshly baked challah. Let the challah cool before serving. It is so soft and moist. I cooked mine for 40 minutes, and it is a tiny bit doughy on the inside, just the way I like it. But if you prefer yours less doughy, then just bake it for a bit longer. In case you were wondering what I did with the rest of my dough, here we go. I made a small 3-braid challah, but with a twist. First I brushed some water onto one of the strands so that the seeds would stick to it better. I did the same with another strand. I used black sesame seeds for the first one and regular sesame seeds for the second one. But you can use any seeds you like. And then I just braid the challah into a normal 3-braid. For some reason, I always start braiding 3 braids from the middle. Am I weird, or is there anybody else out there who does that? Let me know in the comments. Again, let the challah rise for 30 minutes and then apply egg wash to the strands without seeds. And voila! Our mini seed challah is ready. By the way, challah freezes very well. You can freeze it whole or cut it into slices and then freeze it. But make sure the bag you're freezing it in is airtight, otherwise the challah dries out very quickly. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Home Cooking with Mimi. See you next week!